Okay, here we be. All right. So if you weren't part and parcel to the video last night and didn't see what was going on there, we're going to build this Squadron boxing of the Eduard Hellcat today. Paint and all, that's the plan. So I'm going to get started here by getting this stuff that I don't need out of the way, and we're going to start removing parts from the sprue. All right, and I got my little timer over here. So, obviously we're going to start with the cockpit. Let me get the cockpit sprues, or the sprues that have some cockpit stuff on them. And then we'll get our resin seat here, and we'll get to work. All right, let's see here. What do we need? We need the floor, obviously. So the plan here, whoa, I just scratched that. You got big dummy. Oh well. So the plan here, I was getting a little crazy with my saw, is I'm going to be on and off throughout the day working on this thing, and we're going to try and get it done today. It is about 9:30 local here. Today ends at midnight, just like it does anywhere else. So we shall see. I'm going to cut this seat out here, even though I'm probably not going to use it. There's that. Do I need the instructions? Maybe I need the instructions. Alright, let's get the right instrument panel here. And what else? Control stick. Is that all? Is that all? Where's the instructions? Did I lose them already? There they are. Alright, let's see here. Stick, seat, back, instrument panel. We'll put that on later. Oh, there's sidewalls and foot pedals. So there's 3 more pieces. Okay. So these are obviously the sidewalls. And the foot pedals, where are you? Right here? 16, 15, 15. Is that a 15? It looks like them. All right. Let's see. Get this out of the way. Now, one thing about doing a build like this is we're not going to concern ourselves too much with a lot of detail painting, I don't do a whole lot of detail painting in my cockpits anyway, for a couple of reasons. Not the least of which is usually you can't see much. And the other reason is that it goes in a display case and nobody ever looks at the cockpits. So I mean, that's not saying I don't detail paint them, but I don't get too crazy with them. All right, we just got to clean some stuff up here. Let me move you guys back here. Let me tilt this a little bit. That better? That's probably better. I got to try not to get my head in the way, as well as let you guys see what's going on. Now this plastic's a little malleable, so you can kind of get away with this. See how that thing bent there? If this was a super hard plastic, there's no way I would be doing this like this. Because you're just asking for it. Usually I would be listening to something, but you know what will happen if I do that is I'll get a copyright strike or something, and then there won't be any audio. That wouldn't be good. Okay. I'm always asking for it, but never get it. You know, the problem with me is I don't remember what I just said. Which means I'm like, what is he talking about? What did I say? Yeah, I scratched that pretty good. I'm not going to worry about it, though. All right, there's those two. Now, these Hellcat cockpits are pretty simple. Interior green, late model interior green, with black above the consoles. So, no problem there. And I'm going to work with acrylics here, at least on the interior, so the stuff dries quick. Because otherwise, there's no way we would get this done today if I had to deal with enamels all day. Oh, my nose is running like crazy. For two reasons. One, it's allergy season already, and two, I had some really killer hot sauce on my breakfast. You know that kind of hot sauce where your head just goes, oh, that's good stuff. Okay. I'm going to worry about the seat for now. Okay. Nobody's going to see that, obviously, but it probably sits down on the side panel. So I'm going to clean it up. Notice I'm hitting it at an angle away from the edge that I want to keep here, because nobody's going to see back here. So if it's angled back like that, it allows me to clean this up without worrying about taking too much off the front. Basically. Pretty good. Well, except for these guys right here, huh? Yeah, let's see here. There we go. Stick. This is where you got to be a little careful, obviously. And I almost broke it off. The lag, is it lagging? Oh, you mean just the lagging between me talking and you writing. Yeah, you see that? I almost snapped that off. Because I was talking about snapping it off. Between the talk, yeah. Okay, so now you have to figure out how to get this little nub out of here without breaking this thing off. Sometimes I'll just glue this stuff in place and then clean it up. Sometimes that works better because then you have it on a solid surface. But at that point you're committed, right? So, just depends on what you want to do. That'll work. Okay. The seat. All right, let's take a look at this resin seat. I mean, it's definitely nicer. Definitely nicer. Put these up here, get rid of this junk. And man, it's got a heck of a pour block on it. Is that? I don't know. I mean, it's a heck of a lot better than this seat. See, I'm allergic to this stuff, so I have to be kind of careful. If I get this dust flying around and I don't have a respirator on, I'm in trouble. They look really nice. I don't know if I'm going to deal with it right now, though. This goes right here. I'm going to take the cheap way out just do some tape belts. We'll save that seat for something like a Corsair or something. All right, now I am one of those people that believes that there's no reason to not put your cockpit at least mostly together on most aircraft. Now, the only thing you don't need to keep in place is the what am I thinking? I gotta admit the detail on the sidewalls is pretty good here. The only thing you don't need to have in place is the, you know, the instrument panel. That's kind of hard to paint when it's in place. These side panels probably will be kind of hard too. So I don't know here. Let me think about this a second. What's the best thing to do here? Move forward. That's the best thing to do. Move forward. All right. Seats in. First piece. One piece. Let's see here. Put that guy in. Just like that. Yeah, let's see which one goes where. Which one's on which side? The busy one goes on this side. Okay. Yeah, there's no way we're going to get in there. So we're going to do this and this. We can put these in place. Okay. And the foot pedals. And there we go. So what I'll do there now is I will take some masking tape. And a box lid or something. So I'm just going to take rip a piece of this off. Put it there like that. That goes there. 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 Those are ready for paint. Now, let me set those aside. Fuselage. So here's my thing. So I'm, you know, I want to make as few trips to the paint booth as I need to, right? No reason to go there 47 times if I don't have to. So what I'm going to do is try and get everything that is that's got any kind of interior green on it out of here and painted. Now, the cowling, they were various colors: interior green, black, zinc chromate, not interior green, zinc chromate, black, or Grumman gray. Grumman had Grumman gray that they used through like the 30s and stuff, and we're still apparently using at some point here. But anyway, point being is, as you can imagine, when you're trying to do something quickly, you have to figure out where you can cut corners. And one of the places you can cut corners on this, I flipped this over because I have a longer edge to guide on here. This I just have this little short edge. So there's a short edge here. If I flip it over, I can run the blade along the long edge. So anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so yeah, so obviously you're trying to save time wherever you can. Well, one of the places you can save time is, first of all, picking something that's got a very simple color call out, which, you know, overall sea blue is pretty simple. And also something that has a pretty simple interior layout, and which this does. It's that's nice, good. You know, basically interior green and black. We'll do a little bit of silver highlights here and there, but it's going to be pretty simple. So what does that mean in the long run of things? Well, going back to the cowling, okay, if I choose to use black, that's the simplest solution, because by using black, I can actually mount the engine here, you know, and basically spray the whole front of this aircraft black, spray the inside of the cowling black, and be done and walk away, you know. So that's where that's at. Where is my, I don't know. I have one of these blades that's not on the handle somewhere, but I don't know where it is right now, because that would be really nice for getting in here. Oh well. Let's see. Not bad. That's why I like these saws. Okay, so how does this thing fit? Holy cow, what is that, Edward? Not bad. Looks good. It's, yeah, looks good. It's got one locator pin. There's one right here. Other than that, nothing. That's funny. Okay, so I want to take this real quick and just where I had where I took those nubs off, I just want to make sure that this is flat. That's all. Not worried about the outside. We can fix that up later. I just want to make sure this is flat, so that when we go to put this together later, it'll work. Oh, there's another locator pin right there. Yeah, you know, I don't mind not having locator pins. If you build some of the early Eduard World War I kits, there's no locator pins. And I don't know, you know, a lot of times they're not in the right place anyway, so you got to get rid of them anyway. But, okay, we look like we're good here. So those are ready for some green, some interior green. Where else do we need interior green? Let's see. Well, the canopy, you know, I don't know if the canopy frame would be the interior green or black. Which is black. The wheel wells are going to be the overall color, so that's not an issue. Yeah, technically there was a little bit of interior green in there, but I'm not going to worry about it. So that looks like it's it for the interior green stuff. So that's cool. So what do we do? Well, we obviously can't put the fuselage together, but we can put the engine together and the cowling and stuff. And we can do a lot of assembly here. Almost everything. So what shall we do? Let's do that. So what do we need? We need J3 and J4. Three and 4. J. Okay, confusing Eduard. What do we got here? J. So what do they give you 2 sets of cowlings? Why? They got different cowl flaps, right? No. I'm looking at the parts off camera, sorry. They look identical. This one sprue has a J right here. But if you look at the sprue map, it doesn't have anything marked off. So I'm guessing they basically gave us 2 sets because they look the same. But I'm gonna go with the ones that are marked J just to be safe. And put these back over here, and we'll grab this and this. What else do we need here? Whoop, hit the camera, sorry. Okay. E14. Bingo. No. So, you know, I like my saw, but sometimes it's easier to just come in here and cut the part off and then go back with the saw and take the nubs off. So that's pretty much what I'm doing here. And what about over here? We got G. G, your hair smells terrific. Yeah. I'm losing it. Okay. Flip it over. G3. G34. G52. Crankcase cover. G44 and G12. Oh boy. Okay. Now this, I don't know if you can see how these are connected, but they've basically got it connected straight to the push rod cover. So I think, you know what, I could saw that. I'm going to have to go around and saw every single one of them. Yeah. What do I do? What do I do? I think I'm going to do it this way. Cut it as close to the runner as I can. Alright, I'm going to do that out here where I can see. Sorry, it's a tight space and not much to work with. You know, out here on these push rod covers, it's going to be up against the cowling. You're not going to see much with those, so you know, don't worry about it too much. I'm a big believer in if you can't see it, don't worry about it. I know that's not a popular thought with some people, but I'm with the crowd of if I can't see it, it doesn't matter, I don't care. So while I'm doing this and cleaning these up, I've had some interesting conversations in the last few days, and it's it's related to basically anything that you have shipped. One of the conversations was with my son because he's getting some car parts shipped, and then that brought up other conversations with other people that I've had, you know, over time about shipping costs for model kits or whatnot. G33 and G32. Oh, they're right here. Okay. Those 30, 32 and 33. Those. All right, here we go. You're going to throw this away, so it's okay to chop it up. Right? A lot of times I just cut the sprues up into smaller pieces to make them easier to deal with. Okay, so 32 and 33. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring my fuselage halves over so that I can just put these on. 32 goes on this side. 33 goes on this side. All right. Then I don't have to worry about keeping them straight and all that. They're the exhaust stubs. We'll just paint them in place. Not a big deal. Hey, there's Brett. Brett showed up to the party. All right, let's see here. Okay, I'm just gonna take that off. That's pretty clean. I got it a little sideways. My fault. As long as you got something good to line your blade up with, a good edge, you know, you can get them off with needing almost no cleanup. I didn't do that here, but you can do it. Okay, so I got just a little bit to clean up right there. There's 32. Here's 33. It's a little. I guess I could have used my tweezers to hold it, but I didn't think about that until right this second, and I'm almost done, so it doesn't matter. 33. Okay. So yeah, I'm just going to put these in place right now. Because I'm a wild and crazy guy. What was I thinking about this morning? Oh my gosh. My brain goes off into these weird places at times. Some of you already know that. And I was thinking about, oh, Jeff will remember this maybe. Leisure Suit Larry in the Land of the Lounge Lizards. Remember that video game? That was back on a Tandy 1000 or something. Way back in the day. When computers were, you know, you had a 10 megabyte hard drive, you had something. An Amiga 500 with a 20 megabyte internal disk and a 10 megabyte external disk. Woohoo! You're ready to make movies with that. Oh boy. Not only do they remember the game, they admit that they remember the game. Uh-oh. And that thing came right off of there. Alright. Dagnabbit. It didn't stick at all. So my son, my oldest son, went and picked up his dream car. Yeah, day before yesterday. It turned into an adventure. I'll tell you about it. Oh, back to the shipping thing. Okay. So anyway, you know, shipping prices are just getting crazy and whatnot, as everybody knows. Well, so my son, so his car he bought, it's a Subaru, it's a Bug-Eye WRX. Car he's always wanted. But it needs like the intercooler and the downpipe and that kind of stuff. So, I mean, it's all there. It just, the parts aren't, we need to get the intercooler and the downpipe, and bottom line, he's got to get some stuff shipped. So, you know, oh, what do you think it's going to cost? And that, I'm like, well, shipping's crazy, and how long is it going to take? And I'm like, well, you know, it's front range, it's a couple days, you know, overnight, 2 days maybe. You know, who knows now with this person that we have in charge of the USPS right now. I'm not going to say any more about that, but so anyway, it got me thinking about the whole, you know, buying kits and what, or just buying anything. You know, Amazon takes longer and that stuff's fine. You know, and I guess my point is you know, there's people have expectations, and it's one thing to tell somebody, okay, you know, tell somebody up front, hey, it might take me 4 or 5 days to get to the post office. You know, so they know. It's another thing to just sell somebody something, hold on to it for a week, for apparently no reason, without a whole lot of communication, and you know, then turn around and charge them 2-day shipping or something on it because you didn't get your butt to the post office or the UPS store or whatever. Charging your customer for your lack of planning is never a good thing. That's not the way the world's supposed to work in my head. Typically when I sell stuff on like eBay or, you know, I used to be on one of the Facebook groups, but you know, that's a long story. Not a long story. It just started getting stupid. But, you know, you'd buy something and somebody'd sit on it for 4 days, and it's like, you know, you're supposed to, the rules of the group say, you know, if I got to pay you by, you know, within 24 hours, it's got to be ready to ship, and you got to ship it. You can't sit on it for a week because you can't get to the post office because your pee-pee hurts or whatever. Right? I mean, it's just not right. It's not. It's, you know, and I get it. There are people that have medical issues and whatnot, and that's okay, but it happens a lot. And it's to me, it's kind of interesting. It's not interesting, it's frustrating. It's like, dude, just get it to the post office, really. Whenever I sell something, I will always put in the listing that shipment will happen no later than the following Saturday. And the reason is because I know for sure that I can get to the post office Saturday morning. Any other time, I don't know. Now, typically I get it to the post office in a couple of days. But I'm not going to tell you that and then not be able to do it, and then you be angry at me, right? Under promise, over deliver. You want to keep your customers happy? Under promise, over deliver. It works every time. So, anyway, not to be a whiner, it's just like, really, you know, if you're gonna sell it, you should be like ready to sell it. You know, have a way of shipping it, all that kind of stuff. But some people don't, and I get it. Some people it's their first time and whatnot. But you know, I'm not really talking about those guys. I'm talking about the guys that are just habitually unprepared or whatever. You know, if part of your income stream is selling kits, you should kind of have an idea of what you're doing. Anyway, I guess really my frustration, like I said, is when you buy something and then the person sits on it for a week and you're like, dude, where's my kit? And then the next thing you know, you got a tracking number for 2-day shipping or something. And okay, so you just charged me $30 shipping because you didn't get things handled on your end. I'm not okay with that. I don't know how that works on your end, but I'm not okay with that on mine. Okay, I am not going to spend a whole lot of time cleaning these up because you're not going to see the sides of these at all. So that's about as far as we're going. These are cleaned up pretty good. We got a little bit of a ridge that we can scrape out here. I don't know if you'll see it or not, probably not, but like I said, this is not going to be an award winner, but it will look just fine to anybody that doesn't have a dental mirror. All right, what about this guy? And this guy, okay. We're actually clouding up out here. It's been in the 90s, and they're talking about snow above 8,000 feet tonight, which I don't think is going to happen around here, but it might. We you know, we get an Indian summer every year, so we usually get it gets cold and maybe snows or something, and then the next thing you know, it's 95 again, and you're like, ah. Let's see here. Hey, Matt's here. Let's see here. I'm glad I got a laugh. I'm here all week. Well, at least all day. All right, so I think this is where I need the destructions. Let's see. That and that and that. Okay. That makes sense. Goes together just like you think it would. Okay. That goes there. Like that. That fits really tight. Nicely done. Nicely done, Edward. Nicely done. Okay. And then this guy, which way does it go? It looks like Oh, I think it goes like this. Looks like it goes like this. And then this, yeah, because it's, see, there's a little protrusion there. It goes in that little socket. All right. That's not really clear on the instruction sheet. But there we are. And then this just goes on here like this. So what I'm going to do is, so my shortcut on this is, like I was talking about, I'm going to mount the engine. So I'm going to paint the interior, do the interior green, do the black, a real quick dry brushing on the cockpit, nothing fancy. Then we're going to come back and do we'll put the motor on the front and we'll just blast the whole thing black. We'll do some dry brushing on the engine, slap the cowling over it. The interior of the cowling, I'm gonna go with the black. Like I said, I could do the interior green or the zinc chrome yellow, the Grumman gray or black would all be correct. So we'll just go black, and as simple as we can, the simplest colors we can use here. Don't make it any harder than it needs to be. All right. Remember, kids, never cut towards yourself. Yeah, you won't get far in this hobby if you don't take the chance of cutting towards yourself. We do it all the time. You probably can't even see me, can you? Love my saw. Have I told you how much I love my saw? I love my saw. I've been talking about this saw for years. What am I going to do here? You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to leave that. I'm just going to snip this off. I'm going to leave those pretty proud. And then I'm going to deal with them after this is all together. That's what I'm going to do. All right. Do I worry about those? No. I could. I'm not going to. It's all going to be black. All right. And then this goes here. Yes. Yes. Okay, so let's do this first. I always shake the bottle to make sure the cement gets up on the brush. That's just one of those weird, customs or whatever. One of my weird habits. Okay, we're good there. Now I just want to go around here and make sure that none of these gates are sticking up higher than this edge, because I don't want them to keep me from being able to get that pressed down. Man, I have to admit, my son buying this STI has kind of gotten the bug. Has kind of reignited the bug. The auto bug. I keep kind of contemplating, it's like, you know, is actual automotive skills going to be, I mean, old school automotive skills, just going to keep getting more and more in demand as electric cars become the norm. I don't know, I'm kind of hoping so. I mean, if that, you know, happens, that'd be good for those of us who have mechanical skills. I mean, electric cars are definitely coming quick, in case you haven't noticed. And the self-driving stuff is going to happen too, and I'm personally I'm a fan because I drive, and I see how most people drive, and they scare me. So I think my issue with the self-driving cars is the stuff like Toyota has right now, where it's not a self-driving car, it's like an assistant. It's got these, you know, these little things that are supposed to assist you on staying in the lane and the following distance and all that. I think those things are dangerous because those things just make people lazy. On the other hand, I don't have an issue with a is that where we're at? It's a little funky, isn't it? It's good up there. It's a little proud there. Yeah, it's really good up here. We're going to go with it. So, whoa, almost dropped it. What am I yammering about? Oh, self-driving cars. I mean, they work, you know. We can teach, you know, cars can drive themselves, airplanes can fly themselves. We can make machines that'll make Big Macs all day long. It's not an issue. It's just a matter of cost, you know. What's your ROI? Whoa, that was not good. Okay, you see that? I just put a big old blob of glue on there. Don't touch it. Let it do its thing. Wait for it to dry. Do the same time. You do know that the brush can be slid out to. Yeah, no, I know that. Yeah. Yep, and it's not that low. It's just a habit. Yeah, you pull it too far and it rests on the bottom of the jar, and it gets a hook. It gets a curve to it. I actually have a glue brush. Oh yeah, there we go. There's a nice bead. Right where we need it to. Okay. Good enough. Now. Boom, 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 boom. Where are we at? I could go along and do all this stuff. But I think I would rather get the interior paint done so that we can do some other stuff. So, okay, so here's what I got. I didn't fall off the earth. I'm right here. So I've got, ow. Yes, I just dropped my X-Acto knife off my bench and it rolled down my leg and didn't cut me. Interior yellow. All right. U.S. Amarillo interior. And black. Now, why do you have interior? So this would be zinc chromate yellow. Right? Why do you have zinc chromate yellow and black? Because zinc chromate green is nothing more than zinc chromate yellow with black in it. And the only interior green that I have, zinc chromate green, interior green, I use them interchangeably. They're not the same as like the dark gold, dull green, but this will work and get us close enough that, yeah, it's close enough. It'll work. Ooh, look at that. Brett, don't look. You saw that before I said anything. That's funny. Oh, man. All right, I'm going to put a bunch of this in here. That's hilarious. Yep, it is. This one's not so bad. And this, of course, is not the what am I saying? The model color, not model air, so it's really thick. I like the model air. I'm not sure that I like paying for thinner. It's much thinner than the model color. Okay, let's see what we got here. Not bad. See that? Just a little bit of black, and you're in business. Okay. So I am going to go airbrush this real quick, and I just remembered my airbrush is kind of, my workhorse Omni 3000 is out of commission, so I went back to one of my Iwatas, and I think it's the Revolution, and it's not great either right now, but I can make it work. All right, see you, Brett. Okay, I'm going to go run to the paint room real quick and paint this and let it dry. And so I'm going to take a break is what I'm getting at. So let me take a little bit of a break, and we'll be back in a few. Oh. I'm not sure. Get this. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, so there's that. Full panel. Okay. Now, let's see. What do we do here? What do we do? So all we need some black. And really that's about it. It's about all that's in this cockpit. And really from here up, these things are black. So there's going to be a lot of black in here, I guess is the point. So let's get my act together here. Give me a brush. These two brushes, palette, some black, gonna need a little bit of water. It's not really water, it's 50-50 alcohol and water. Close enough. Oh, that's way too much, I'm sure. And let's see here. So I'm just going to take and go right across here. Like that. Like that. And boom. Boom, shakalaka boom. Do the same thing over here. Got it a little thin on that one. It's all right, we can come back to it. We can come back to it. Okay. Now we got this headrest. Why don't you use a smaller brush? Because Don't necessarily need to. We'll just do that like that. And the grip on the stick, like that. We're good there. This one. Okay, now I'm going to switch. Whoop. Switch brushes. A little bit runny. Not the end of the world, though. Okay. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, that's the way the descriptions always read. But I'm not doing that mainly because it would just be really boring. So I'm trying to leave some color in for color's sake where I can. But like this panel, I'm sure I could do this whole panel black and it would be just fine. We're going to leave it like that, though. We'll come back to it. Okay. Now these areas, I think again on this we could just do this whole thing black and we'd be probably correct, but if this is like most World War II fighters, the panel sits so far under the combing that you're not going to see it anyway. So I'm just going to leave a lot of the green to try and, so at least it looks like there's something up there, you know. And the gun sight. Now, as usual, I'm not really worried about the edges because I'm gonna do a wash and that'll take care of the edges for us. Okay, so there we go. Now, what I'm going to tell you here is that looks really difficult, and it's not. And the reason it's not is it's all about the consistency of your paint. It really has nothing to do with anything else. The brush size, it doesn't even really matter that much. It's all about paint consistency. And that was a little bit too thin, but it's okay, we'll live with it. And there's that, and then we'll come in here, look at this. Oh, I guess we need to do the boot down here. Oh, that's going to be kind of tough. It's going to be kind of tough to get in there, but do the best we can. There, good as gold. Okay. There we go. We'll come back to it in a bit. Well, you know what? Hang on. Yeah, we'll come back to it in a bit. I gotta let it dry. We'll come back later. See you in a bit.